Sarah, I wanted to reach out before tomorrow's meeting. What more is there to discuss? I know this isn't easy. I want to make sure we handle things properly. Properly after a 6-month affair? That wasn't planned. It just happened. Nothing just happens for half a year. I truly love Mike. I'll make them both happy. Like I did for 15 years? This is different. He's different with me. I've heard that before. I'm grateful you're agreeing to the divorce terms. Not like I had much choice. I'll handle everything from now on. Just keep an eye on his secretary. She works late too. Mike loves me more than he ever loved you. He said that about me once too. We're different. He's completely devoted to me. I don't care about Mike anymore. Just take care of Emma. Of course, we'll be like sisters. She doesn't need a sister. She needs proper care. Mike told me about her medical history. Did he tell you about the months in hospital? The night fevers? I can handle it. I've been researching. Research isn't experience. I'm a licensed nurse. You don't need to worry anymore. Her health could worsen with changes. She needs stability. Are you saying I can't provide that? I'm saying you don't know what you're getting into. I've always wanted to be a mother. This is my chance. Being a mother is more than just wanting it. I can learn. I'll figure it out. At what cost to Emma? She's fragile. She's stronger than you think. You have no idea what it takes. Then teach me. Help me understand. Now you want my help? For Emma's sake, please. I'll send over her medical files. Study them carefully. Thank you, Sarah. I know this isn't easy. Nothing about this is easy. We're here to start moving in. The house will be empty by noon. You don't need to take everything. Those are my belongings. Even Emma's childhood photos. I was there for every moment in those photos. She might want them someday. She knows where to find me. This is unnecessarily difficult. Like your affair wasn't? We're trying to start fresh. With my family. They chose this too. Did they? Or did Mike choose for everyone? Emma is happy about this. Emma is 19. She doesn't understand what's happening. She understands perfectly well. Wait until she gets sick again, then you'll understand. That won't happen. I hope you're right, for her sake. We'll be fine without you. We'll see about that. What's that supposed to mean? Like I said, you have no idea what you're getting into. We'll manage just fine. Remember this conversation when things get hard. Nothing I can't handle. That's what I thought too once. Just leave the house keys on the counter. Already done. Good luck. You'll need it. Your bitterness is unbecoming. It's not bitterness, it's experience. I refuse to let your negativity taint this day. It's not negativity, it's reality. The movers are coming at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be out before then. We should discuss Emma's medication schedule. I've prepared a detailed file. Could you walk me through it? Now you want my help? This is about Emma's health. She has 3 daily medications, morning, afternoon, evening. I know that much. But do you know what happens if she skips the evening dose? She'll be fine for one day. No, she won't. That's what I mean about experience. Stop treating me like I'm incompetent. I'm treating you like someone who doesn't understand chronic illness. I can learn. Learning isn't the same as living it. At least give me a chance. Emma doesn't have room for chances. I'll prove you wrong. I can handle this. For your sake, I hope you can. Have some faith in me, in us. Faith doesn't keep Emma healthy. Diligence does. I can be diligent. I'll do whatever it takes. Even if it means sleepless nights in the ER, if that's what Emma needs, yes. Words are easy. Let's see your actions. We're pulling into the driveway. I'm almost finished packing. The kitchen still has some of your things. I'm taking my cookware, even Emma's favorite soup pot. Especially that. I made her soup in it every time she was sick. She might want it someday. Then she shouldn't have chosen sides. You're being petty. No, I'm being practical. New life, new cookware. You're making this harder than it needs to be. You made it hard when you slept with my husband. I fell in love. I can't help that. You could have helped spreading your legs. How dare you? Truth hurts, doesn't it? You're just bitter and jealous. I'm disappointed and betrayed. There's a difference. We're not going to see eye to eye on this. Finally, something we can agree on. Did you really have to take all the photos? I left your room untouched. But the family albums are gone. Those were my memories too. So you really divorced Dad and left? You can still come with me, Emma. Why would I want that? I know this is hard to understand. Hard? You're abandoning everything. I'm not abandoning you. I'm giving you a choice. A choice? Like I had a choice about being sick all the time? Emma, please don't do this. My whole life is ruined because of my weak body. That wasn't anyone's fault. All those times in the hospital, missing school. I stayed with you every night. What good did that do? I still failed everything. You were sick. We got through it. Got through it? I ended up in correspondence school. I hired the best tutors I could find, while other kids went to real school. You were too sick for regular classes. Because you couldn't give me a healthy body. I gave up everything to care for you. No one asked you to. I was your mother. Of course I did. A real mother would have done better. I did everything I could. Everything? I couldn't even pass my university exams. You barely studied. Used every excuse not to. Medicine made me tired. You used that excuse for everything. It was true. Even when you felt fine, you avoided studying. An hour of studying made me feel sick. That's not how illness works, Emma. What would you know? You're not even a real doctor. I'm a licensed nurse who spent 15 years caring for you. Well, you failed. Is that really what you think? If I had been born healthy, none of this would have happened. You can't blame me for your choices. Watch me. Don't ever show your face again. Emma, please, think about what you're saying. I have thought about it for years. All those nights in the hospital mean nothing now. You don't mean that. I do. Go live your new life. This isn't you talking. This is anger. This is exactly me, the real me. When you calm down... I am calm. This is just the truth. If that's how you really feel. It is. Goodbye, Sarah. Emma, I love you. I always will. Just go. Leave me alone. I hope one day you'll understand. I understand perfectly. You failed me. No, Emma, you're failing yourself. Don't turn this around on me. I'm not. I'm just being honest. Your honesty is cruel. The truth often is. Goodbye, Emma. Emma's really upset. Did you expect something else? She'll calm down eventually. Take care of her when she gets sick again. She's not that fragile anymore. Keep telling yourself that. We'll manage. Don't say I didn't warn you. We don't need your negativity. No, you need my nursing experience, but you'll figure that out soon enough. Is that a threat? It's a reality check. We'll be just fine without you. Famous last words. Your lack of faith is astounding. My abundance of experience is informing. We'll prove you wrong. I truly hope you do, for Emma's sake. Where's my blue photo album? In my boxes. Those are my childhood photos. They're my memories too, Emma. I was the one in the hospital bed. And I was the one holding your hand every night. I need those photos. For your new perfect family? That's not fair. Neither is blaming me for your health. At least leave the medical records. Those are copied and filed in your room. You thought of everything, didn't you? I always did. You just never noticed. Hard to notice from a hospital bed. Hard not to notice from your bedside. Just leave the photos, please. Why? So you can pretend I was never there? No, so I can remember the good times. The good times? When were those exactly? When you read to me, when we watched movies together. In between the IVs and the medications? Yes, despite all that. Emma, those memories are tainted for me now. Why? Because I got sick? No, because you grew up and decided I was to blame. I was angry. I lashed out. You're still lashing out. I'm trying to make peace. By demanding I leave my memories behind? By asking you to share them with me. I'll think about it, but no promises. Sarah, are you there? What do you want after all this time? We need to talk. It's about Emma. Is she okay? Not really. Can we discuss something important? Just tell me what's wrong. They found something in her work physical. What did they find? Kidney disease. The doctor says she needs dialysis. What? She was finally healthy. The test came back last week. It's serious. What stage? What did the nephrologist say? They say she's already at the level of needing dialysis. But she was doing so well. Any symptoms? She's been tired lately. We thought it was just work stress. She needs immediate treatment. There's more. She's dating someone. What does that have to do with anything? James Thompson, the company president's son. And if he finds out about the dialysis, with proper treatment, she can still live a normal life. His family is very traditional. So you're more worried about her relationship than her health? The transplant could fix everything. Transplant? Yes. Would you consider donating your kidney? My kidney? No, that's not my responsibility. You raised her for 15 years. And then you all cut me out of her life. This is different. She needs help. Her real mother should do it. What real mother? You don't know? I'm just her adoptive mother. What are you talking about? Mike never told you? Told me what exactly? Emma was 5 when I married Mike. She's not your biological daughter? No, and clearly not yours either. Mike never mentioned this. Typical. He hides everything important. So, who is her biological mother? Ask your husband. He knows where to find her. All this time, I thought. Now you know how I felt about the affair. This isn't about that. No, it's about Emma needing someone's kidney. We're desperate here. And I'm your last resort? You're her mother. You were. Was past tense, remember? People's lives change. Yes, like when my husband had an affair and my daughter disowned me. That was 5 years ago. And now you want my kidney. We need help. No, ask her biological parents. Please reconsider. Goodbye, Rachel. Sarah, wait. Let's talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. There must be something I can say. Not unless you have a time machine. I know we've had our differences. Differences? You destroyed my family. I fell in love. I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt. Well, we did. Emma and I both did. I'm trying to make it right. By asking for my kidney? By trying to save Emma's life. Save it for someone who cares. Sarah, please. I said goodbye, Rachel. Her whole future is at stake. Not my problem anymore. She could lose James. Still more worried about the boyfriend than her health? The transplant would solve everything. Nothing solves everything. At least think about it. I have thought about it. The answer is no. You're being cruel. No, I'm being realistic. Find her real mother. What if we can't find her? That's not my concern. Your match. You could save her. I'm done saving Emma. She made her choices. She was a child. She's an adult now, facing adult consequences. The sins of the child should not be visited upon the adult. The sins of the adult are her own to bear. I can't believe how cold you're being. I can't believe you're surprised. She could die, Sarah. Then I suggest you keep looking for her biological mother. You're our last hope. Then I'm afraid you're all out of hope. I found Emma's original birth certificate. So now you know everything. Why didn't anyone tell me? Ask your husband. He's good at keeping secrets. This changes everything. Does it? Or does it just give you an excuse? We need to discuss options. There are no options. Find her birth mother. She's already refused. Then that's your problem to solve. You could save her life. I already did that for 15 years. One more time, Sarah. Please. One more time? You mean like the affair? That's not fair. Neither is asking me to undergo surgery for a daughter who disowned me. She's desperate. We all are. Welcome to my world 5 years ago. I'm begging you, Sarah. And I'm telling you, no. Mom, we need to talk. What's wrong? Dad just told me something about my real mother. Oh, Emma. Why didn't you tell me? Your father wanted to wait. Wait 19 years? He thought it was best until you were stronger. You mean until you needed something from me? That's not true. I found her, my birth mother. And? She doesn't want anything to do with me. I'm so sorry. She won't even consider donating. What did she say? Said she doesn't know me anymore. Can't give an organ to a stranger. What about your father? He refused too. Said he's too busy with work. Of course he is. Everyone has abandoned me. Emma, that's not true. You're the only mother I have left. Now I'm your mother again? I was wrong before. So wrong. You said some very hurtful things. I know. I was awful to you. You called me useless. Said I ruined your life. I didn't mean it. I was angry. For years? I was stupid. Blamed you for everything. You did more than blame me. I remember everything you did for me. Do you? The hospital nights, the tutoring, everything. Now you remember. Please, I need your help. Why should I help you? I want to keep my job. I want to marry James. The same life goals Rachel mentioned. What do you mean? She was more worried about your relationship than your health. This isn't about Rachel. No, it's about you needing my kidney. I'm begging you. You abandoned me, called me worthless. I was wrong, so wrong. You can't take those words back. Please don't abandon me like everyone else. Like you abandoned me? I know I hurt you. Hurt doesn't begin to cover it. I'll do anything to make it right. There are some things you can't fix. Mom, please. Don't call me that. You raised me, loved me. And look how you repaid that love. I was a terrible daughter. Yes, you were. But I've changed. Because you need something. That's not fair. Neither was how you treated me. I'll never forgive myself for that. At least we agree on something. Please, I'm running out of options. You ran out of options with me years ago. What about all those times you said you loved me? Love doesn't erase pain. So you're really going to let me suffer? Like you let me suffer? This is different. This is my life. And you threw away our relationship. I was young and stupid. Actions have consequences. Even fatal ones? Dialysis isn't fatal if managed properly. But my whole life will be ruined. I hope you find a donor soon. Goodbye, Emma. Mom, please don't do this. You made your choice years ago. Now, I'm making mine. You'll regret this. I've had 5 years of regrets already. Please reconsider. I'm begging you. I spent years begging you to take care of yourself. I was sick. I didn't know how. You didn't want to know how. There's a difference. I'm trying to do better now. And I'm trying to move on with my life. By letting me die? By letting you face the consequences of your actions. I thought mothers were supposed to be forgiving. I thought daughters were supposed to be grateful. I am grateful. I just didn't know how to show it. And now it's too late. It's never too late. Please, Mom. I'm sorry, Emma. I truly am. But I can't do this. Can't or won't? Doesn't matter. The result is the same. It matters to me. I wish things were different. I really do. They can be. You can make them different. No, Emma. You made them different 5 years ago. I was a stupid kid. And now you're a desperate adult. Mom, please. I'm begging you. Goodbye, Emma. I hope you find the help you need. I found my old diary. The one from the hospital. I wrote horrible things about you. I remember. You read it? I read everything, watched everything, worried about everything. I was just a kid. A kid who became an adult making the same choices. I can change. Because you need something. Because I understand now. Understanding comes too late sometimes. Not if we try. Not if you help me. Emma. Please, Mom. I need you. You needed me then. You rejected me. I was hurting, lashing out. And now I'm hurting. I'm sorry, truly sorry. I know you are, but it doesn't change the past. But we could change the future. My future is already on a different path now. A path that doesn't include me? A path you chose for us when you cut me out. I didn't know what I was doing. But you knew what you were saying. I wish I could take it all back. But you can't. No one can. So that's it? You're done with me? I'm done with the pain, Emma. I'm done with the hurt. What about the love? You always said a mother's love is forever. I will always love you, Emma. But sometimes love isn't enough. It has to be enough. Please, Mom. One more chance. I'm sorry, Emma. I can't. Mommy, please. Bye, Emma. I hope you find peace. Sarah, please. Things are getting worse. What do you mean? Emma's barely leaving her room now. Except for dialysis? Yes, 3 times a week. That's normal for her condition. She's not handling it well. Most people don't at first. She's drinking, overeating. That will affect her levels. I know, but she won't listen. Sounds familiar. I can't handle the caretaking anymore. Now you understand what I dealt with. This is different. She's truly sick now. She was always sick. You just didn't want to see it. I need your help. My help comes with a price now. Name it. $1 million. That's insane. Is it for saving her life? No one has that kind of money. Your wealthy future in-laws might. They don't know about her condition yet. Of course they don't. Be reasonable. Fine, $500,000. For caretaking. For everything. The kidney, the care, the sacrifice. That's still asking the impossible. Then we have nothing more to discuss. Sarah, please, reconsider. I have, many times. My price is set. She's your daughter. She stopped being my daughter 5 years ago. That was the anger of a child. Anger that destroyed our relationship. You could rebuild it. With a kidney and $500,000? With love and forgiveness. I'm fresh out of both. Sarah. Goodbye, Rachel. Emma told James everything. How did that go? His parents called it off. Not surprising. They said a chronic illness would burden their family. At least they were honest. She's devastated. She'll survive. She's completely withdrawn. Give her time. She won't even look at Mike anymore. Can you blame her? He's her father. A father who refused to help his own daughter. This isn't what I wanted for our family. It never is. Will you at least visit her? My offer stands. $500,000. This isn't about money anymore. It was never about money. Then what was it about? Consequences, choices, reality. That's all that matters to you now? That's all that's left. What about compassion, forgiveness? I gave those for 15 years. Now I'm all out. She's fading away, Sarah. Then I suggest you find her a donor, quickly. I thought you were her donor, her mother. I thought so too, once upon a time. Please, Sarah, I'm begging you. I've heard that before, from Emma. And now you know my answer. You're really going to let her die? I'm really going to let her live with her choices, just like I'm living with mine. This isn't how it was supposed to be. Oh, it wasn't, but here we are. At least think about it. I have, for 5 years. My answer stands. Then I guess we have nothing more to say. I guess we don't. Goodbye, Rachel. The doctors say her condition is stabilizing. Good. She's adapting to dialysis. She'll need to. She's asking about you. The price hasn't changed. You're really going to maintain this position? Just like she maintained hers for 5 years. People can change. Yes, they can. I have. Into someone cruel and unforgiving. Into someone who values herself more than your daughter. More than someone who discarded me like trash. She was a child, Sarah. And now she's an adult. My position stands. Then I have nothing more to say. That seems to be a running theme. The dialysis center asked about family medical history. You should have had that in her files. They need more detail. That's why finding her birth mother matters. She won't even take our calls now. Sounds familiar. This isn't the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Abandonment. You could change everything. $1 million. For a kidney? For 15 years of ingratitude. She was just a child. And now she's an adult facing adult consequences. How can you be so heartless? I learned from the best, my ex-family. We were never your family, were we? Not really. No, I see that now. Well, congratulations on your newfound clarity. Sarcasm doesn't suit you, Rachel. And bitterness doesn't suit you, Sarah. It's not bitterness, it's resolution. To let Emma die? To let Emma live, or not, her choice. You're a monster! I'm a survivor. Goodbye, Rachel.
Emma continued her dialysis treatments, adjusting to a new reality far different from her dreams. The engagement to James was officially ended after his family learned of her condition. She became increasingly reclusive, leaving her room only for medical treatments. Both Mike and Rachel struggled to handle Emma's deteriorating mental health, while Sarah moved forward with her life, keeping her distance from the family that had once abandoned her. The request for $1 million remained unanswered, along with Emma's hopes for a normal life. She now spent her days at home, bitter and angry, especially toward her father and Rachel. A stark reminder of how choices and consequences shape our lives.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Rebecca, where have you run off to? Mom and Dad have both been telling me you're ignoring all their calls and texts. Did you forget what day today is, Rebecca? Hey! Shut up! Do you have any idea what time it is? I want to sleep in some more. You know what time it is? It's almost noon now. And you have to go and meet with someone at 12 o'clock, right? I have to meet with someone? Oh, now that you mention it, I do remember something about meeting with someone. What do you mean you only just now remember something? What are you saying, Rebecca? You were the one that wanted us to set you up with someone who you could potentially date. So Mom and Dad have been doing all they can to find you someone who wouldn't mind meeting you, right? I was just on my way back home from my friend's wedding at the time and told everyone that I wanted to get married myself. That's all. And you're planning on getting married as well now too, so I just didn't want to be left out. That's it. But you kept on pestering Dad about setting you up with someone, so he went out of his way to get you a date with the son of one of his customers' CEOs, right? And about that, if I'm going to get married, I want it to be with someone who has loads of money. Which, that guy totally has, but have you seen the pictures of him? The pictures of the guy Dad set me up with? I did have a look at his picture once. You think I'm going to want to marry some fat guy like that? What? I want to be with someone who actually cares about his health and figure a bit more than that guy. You know I like my men thin and handsome, right? No matter how much money the guy has, if he's not good looking to me, then I don't want him. You don't want him? Did you ever tell Mom and Dad that then? Well, it's already too late to tell them now. Telling them both about this now would not change the fact that the plans were already made. Hold on a second, so you're not actually planning on going out to meet that guy today? That's right. And it's not like I want anything to do with him, and if I go there and he develops feelings for me, that'll be a huge pain in my neck. What are you talking about? You were the one asking over and over again to have Mom and Dad set you up with someone. And now that they've had a guy ready for you and everything, you're not going to tell them you don't want to see him anymore? No way that's okay, Rebecca. You should really tell Mom and Dad about this right now. I mean, this has to do with one of Dad's customers' sons. You understand that, right? All right, if I really have to go out and meet this guy, then why don't you go in my place and meet with him? I'm not playing around about this right now. I happen to be engaged right now, right? There's no way I'm going to go out and see another man who isn't my fiancé. It'll be fine. I happen to have your fiancé in my pocket anyway. What the heck is that supposed to mean? I might not want to go meet with that chubby guy, but that hasn't changed the fact that I want to get married. So I've made sure that I'll be the one getting married to your fiancé. What did you just say? That time you brought him over to meet your family, I've always thought he was really cute. I was always fine with the thought of having a good-looking brother-in-law would be nice, but I also thought his beauty would be wasted on you, of all people. So I went and convinced him to give up on you and instead come and marry me. Without me ever noticing? But as far as I'm aware, my fiancé has never said anything to me yet about wanting to marry you now. Well, I was planning on moving in together today. The idea was when I started having all my things moved into that room with you guys, then you'd be able to pick up on what was happening between your fiancé and I. Huh? It would have been a pain for us if you found out about this before we set up all the plans, right? So that's why the plan is to have you moved out of that apartment and then I'll move in with him. Are you kidding me? I never heard anything about this from either of you, though. Well, that's why I told you it was being kept a secret between us. We wanted to make sure you wouldn't do anything about it until after I was already there with him. Have you guys really been talking about all of this behind my back this whole time? Yep. And that's why it's totally okay for you to go out and meet that guy Dad set up for me, since you no longer have a partner yourself. If anything, I'm being a really nice little sister by letting you go out with the man I was supposed to see today right after you lost your fiancé. Right? How the hell are you even remotely close to a nice little sister? You're not only asking me to go out with this man you cried from mom and dad to set you up with, but you're asking me that after telling me you've been going out with my fiancé this whole time and plan to live with him now. Don't get so mad about it. I'm going to make sure to become an amazing wife in your place for your fiancé, all right? Now you can go and be happy with that fat loser in my place. It'll be totally fine. He's a perfect match for someone like you. So now that I've told you about everything, let's both have a wonderful time with our partners. You hold it right there, Rebecca. I am not done with you yet, especially after all you've just said to me.
I'm sure you've already heard everything from Rebecca now. But it's just like she said. So you and I are no longer engaged, Angel.
What the hell is going on here, Luke? Do you have any idea what you both are doing right now?
I had no choice, all right? I've started to realize that she's a lot better for me than you are, and now I'm in love with her.
So when you proposed to me and said that you loved me, it was a lie?
The moment I saw that you had a younger and far cuter little sister, I thought it would be best to get closer to her. So that's why I proposed to you and had us get reservations at that expensive restaurant, in order to see her while meeting your parents.
I cannot believe you. You and I went through with getting a whole wedding ready for us. We've already handed out all the invitations and everything, so what the hell are we going to do about that?
I'd like for you to tell all those that you invited that the wedding is cancelled. I will talk with those that I went ahead and invited to the wedding. And as a way of showing that I'm sorry, I'll pay for our wedding to be cancelled.
You're acting like you're being so kind to me for doing that. What makes you think any of this is even remotely okay?
I told you, I had no other choice. I was asked to be your sister's boyfriend by her.
She was the one that asked you? Rebecca?
She had told me about how your family had been trying to get her set up with a man to marry, but he's not her type. After she showed me the picture of him, I totally agreed with her that he is an absolute cow. I could see that she was never going to find the man for herself. And then at one point while talking to me, she asked me out.
And when something like that happens, you being the man who is already in a relationship says no to her.
I don't think you understand how hard it is for me to say no to the one girl that I've been wanting to be with the most.
Do you have any idea why she was looking for a man in the first place? Because she said that she only wants to get married because I was planning to, and so have all her friends. Do you really think she's being serious with you right now?
Oh, you think I'm going to fall for something like that? I'm sure she was getting jealous of everyone else, but that doesn't mean her love for me is fake. I get that all of this is hard for you, since you just found out that I've dumped you for her. But don't start trying to get me all worried about the relationship I've been having with her. Rebecca is a whole lot more cute than you, Angel, and that's why I've left you. Now leave my love with her alone.
I'm done with this. I cannot figure out what actually drove you to do all of that, and I don't even want to anymore. I thought you were a better man than that, but I guess I was completely wrong. You actually went ahead and cheated on me while we've been engaged.
Well, if I'm such a terrible man, then after today, don't you ever come around Rebecca or I. I'm so sorry for doing this to you, but there was nothing that could be done about it.
I know now that the reason for us having to call our marriage off is due to you cheating on me, so I'm going to get a settlement. Once I've gotten the money from you that I deserve, that'll be the end of me ever being around you. I'll make sure that I never even have to believe that either of you exist anymore.
You're getting a settlement from me, so you have been wanting my money.
I want for the both of you to see that what you've done is completely wrong, and that's why I'll be getting a settlement from you.
Go right ahead then. I've looked it up, and the amount you could even get from me for doing something like this is barely anything.
That's right, it is barely anything. But this isn't about me wanting money from you, but rather to teach you both lessons.
Well then, I'll be sending you the amount you ask for later.
Just make sure you read all the paperwork over that I send you so that there are no mistakes. I'll be sending you those papers later. But from what I've heard is that you're going to be moving, so I can't mail anything to you yet.
We're not going to be moving for another year out of this apartment, so just send me the papers and we'll see if they bring them here still. I'm sure they will.
Well, then I'll go ahead and do that. I never thought that this would be how our relationship would ever end. But I guess it's all better to happen now than later on for me.
I'm sorry that our love life of being engaged to one another was so short-lived, and that we never got to get married. But I'm going to be much happier with your sister, so you can be glad about that. I hope you're just as happy with, well, whatever man comes across you next.
Angel, long time no see. Are you still having a good time living as a single woman? I'm still so sorry about stealing your fiancé from you right as you both were going to get married. And what do you want from me now? So, I guess you never did end up blocking me then. Perfect. I happen to have 3 things to tell you, so that's why I decided to text you. 3 things? The first one is that Luke ended up quitting his job, and from there he started his own company, which he is now running as the CEO. That's really great to hear. Now for the second piece of news. I'm pregnant! That is also great to hear. These aren't the kinds of reactions I was hoping to get from you. A little dry, I think. Did you not just hear me say that you're going to have a niece or nephew now? And this means that Mom and Dad will be getting their first grandbaby. You should be way more excited for me. I'm not excited about any of it, but I'll congratulate you. So what's this third piece of news you have? I plan on coming home to Mom and Dad's to have my baby there. What? You're coming back to have your baby at Mom and Dad's? So you're actually coming back? From what Lucas told me, his company is completely based online, which means he can do his work from anywhere in the world. So because of that, us two can go back to Mom and Dad's place. And we're both thinking of living with them long term. 3 years ago, I really thought that you were one hell of a crazy sister. But even now, you're proving to me that you are still freaking crazy. Well, my husband is building this business of his up, so he needs all the money he can get, right? It would be a waste to put our money into our house, so it's much better to just move back home with Mom and Dad. Then we'll have all the money he needs for that company, right? And above saving money, having the baby be around Mom all the time would really help me out a lot. So you plan to have both Mom and Dad be there to help you out? Well, yeah. I'm giving them their first grandbaby after all, and the both of them have always spoiled me with anything I want, and this time I want to be home with them. So you really never came around to realizing just how much trouble you caused for all of us by running away with Luke? I do think it was a bit wrong that I stole your fiancé from you at the time, but you're also to blame for letting me steal him, right? So since you were in the wrong as well, do you mind leaving that house and letting my husband and I move into it with Mom and Dad? Excuse me? I'm pretty sure you're still living there with those two, feeding off all their money, right? After having your fiancé stolen from you, you've continued to be single. I plan on coming back to Mom and Dad and making them happy with their first grandbaby, so the freaking obstacle of a loser needs to get out of there. We had that old house demolished, okay? What? What do you mean their house was demolished? I'm saying that the house has been destroyed and the land sold. Right now, there's no house on that plot of land. Wait a second, what the heck? I never heard anything about that happening. But from what I've heard, it's a realtor company that bought the land and they're going to build a new house on it. Wait a sec. So you're telling me Mom and Dad's house isn't there anymore? Where the heck am I supposed to go home to now? Actually, where are Mom and Dad right now? Tell me where they went. Dad ended up retiring from his job a little early last year, and with the money from that and from the land he sold, he took Mom with him and moved overseas. I think Thailand? They moved to Thailand? Those two have always loved the ocean. So they bought a really cheap house out by the ocean in Thailand and have been living there. Every week, those two are sending me pictures of the new life they both have there, and man, does it look awesome. Those two are really happy now. What the heck? I can't just get up and go overseas to be with them. Then, where the heck are you? Weren't you living off Mom and Dad at their house all by your lonesome? I had never been living off of Mom and Dad while I was in their house. I just happened to work for a company that was close to that old house, so they let me stay with them for a while as I worked. I had planned to move out of their place for good 3 years ago and stay in that apartment with Luke, but, well, we both know what happened there. As of right now, I'm living with my new husband. You got married? You, my older sister, got married? And I hear you going on about how you're giving Mom and Dad their first grandbaby, but I had my first child last year, so Mom and Dad already have a grandbaby now. You had a baby? You're lying, right? I mean, you lost your fiancé 3 years ago. 3 years! It's only been 3 years since you were thrown away by Luke. And people are always saying that one man's trash is another man's treasure. Now, I'm not saying that the person who threw me away before was anything like a man, but after having been thrown away, I went with Mom and Dad to go see the man that was set up to go out with you. We wanted to say sorry for you being a no-show, but after we did that, we decided to sit down with him and have a chat while having lunch together. Don't tell me you're with that ugly fatty. Did you actually marry a freak like that? I don't care that you got thrown away by Luke. You shouldn't go out with something like that after. But you had recommended to me that I go out with him after you said you stole Luke from me. Well, I'm just going to show you what he looks like now to clear this air. Who is that? That happens to be my husband holding our son. No freaking way! That guy looks nothing like that fat loser in those pictures I was shown. Had I known Dad set me up with a man like that, I would have never canceled on him. He's perfect for me. He happened to get some work done on himself, as well as get some skincare therapy. Also, at the time he was planning on going out with you, he had a lot of stress in his life. But now he's a completely new-looking man. After he had finished up all his treatments and therapy, he and I got married, where I've now been treating him to all kinds of healthy foods. Looking at him now, you would never be able to tell he was that man from 3 years ago. But he didn't even stop after all those treatments. Do you want to know why he put on so much muscle? Right after telling him that I was pregnant, he told me he wanted his son to look just as good as him, but didn't think he would be able to get his son to be active and healthy. So he started going to the gym 6 days a week and turned himself into a macho man in order to influence our baby. He is a wonderful husband and father. You're lying! I had thought for sure that he was a nobody, and I thought you having a baby with him would bring the birth of one of the most ugly-looking kids in America. Wait, now that I remember, this is that same guy that you and Dad said were saying he has a father that's a CEO? That's right. And as of right now, he's taking on his dad's position now that his dad is retiring. But that's not all. As right after becoming the CEO, he took his dad's company even further and made it an extra $2 billion this year. So, he's not just the son of the CEO that got put into that position, but he actually knows how to run the company? He really does. Where are you living right now, Angel? We're living in a very secure penthouse. A penthouse? I'm going there right now. I'm going to stay there and have the baby at your place. I believe 3 years ago we made the promise to never come around one another again, right? So that's not going to happen. Well, I'm saying it's fine for us to meet now. So let's bring things back to the way they were in the past and live together in peace, okay? All right? I don't think you and I were ever living in peace with one another, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. What? What are you talking about? You and I had some of the best times together as sisters, right? You think so? Even though you would always get away with doing whatever you wanted and then force me to take over for all your responsibilities? Even though you would always take my things from me without asking and then say that I lost them? I have still not forgotten about how back in high school when I graduated, Dad gave me that really nice watch, but right before I was going to wear it, you took it from me and broke it. And back then, I was just a wild young little girl. No, you were way too old by then to be acting like that. You told me after stealing Luke away from me that I should do my best to be happy with whatever man I found, right? Well, look, I've become very happy with my husband, and we have a house and family and everything. You said that we would both work to become happy, and look where we're at. I'm living the best life I can live right now, so you just need to try a little harder to be on my level. Wait, are you not going to help me? You know I don't have to help you, right? But I was planning on having Mom and Dad be the ones to pay for everything I needed and house us. Right now we don't have any money in our savings. How about you ask Luke's family to help you out then? His parents only ever had one kid, Luke, so this is going to be their first grandbaby, right? Aren't they going to be so happy to have you both living with them? 3 years ago, both his parents cut ties to us. They were both furious with us over having Luke leave you for me. Luke tried so hard to get them to understand us, but they kept telling us to never come back to them again. We can't ask for their help now. So right now, the only person I can rely on is you, Angel. And you think after what you did to me 3 years ago, you can come back asking me to help? Wild. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't want to deal with you anymore. Now, I'll be praying that you and your husband can make a decent enough family for your soon-to-becoming baby. Goodbye, forever. No way, right? You're really planning on throwing me away like this? Angel!
Please, Angel, do this for the man you first loved and your little sister. Please, help us out. If you don't do anything to help us, then myself and your little sister are going to be left for the streets with nothing we can do. You're living in a penthouse now, right? I hear you got married to a man with lots of money, right? I'm sure you can just give us one room in there where we can stay.
This is strange. I could have sworn somebody had told me 3 years ago that they were throwing me away from my more cute and better little sister. Who could that have been again that told me to never talk to them again?
I know that I really messed up after what happened back then, so let's just let go of all that happened then.
I believe it's me that gets to choose what we just let go and what we hold on to. You have no say in any of that.
Not bothering to help your family out, nor even daring to help your little sister. You're one cold witch, aren't you? I could sue you for this.
I've already gotten a settlement from the both of you for cheating on me. And I also have the evidence of what happened then, as well as audio recordings from when I had you talk to my lawyer. I'm not really sure what you plan to sue me for, but I'm sure the judge won't be having any of it from you. So are you sure you want to try me?
Hey, come now, Angel. It takes a lot of money to get a company up and running, and right now Rebecca and I don't have all that much money.
Well then, how about before you start up a new company, you actually work for all the money that you'll be needing? Isn't it pretty obvious that you're going to need to pay for your living expenses while you're building a company? Now listen here. I have chosen to never talk to either one of you guys again, all right? So I'm going to block the two of you now.
You will not?
My parents are both living overseas now in Thailand. And as for the penthouse we're living in, it is very secure and managed by a private security company. I'm thinking it won't be all too easy for either one of you to get to us. So if you are planning to be a couple of pests for me, then I'll be more than happy to take you both to court and sue. Please remember that.
Let's just both calm down and talk this out in person. I will literally come to you and get on my hands and knees apologizing for what happened 3 years ago. You're the only person that can help us.
You had told me that you would be able to do everything on your own back when you said for me to never come around you both again. So please, be a man of your word and go away. Now go enjoy that life you have with my little sister some more. After that, I went ahead and blocked those two's numbers. And then, when those two learned that I really did mean that I'd be blocking them, they went back to Luke's parents, begging them to let them in. And somehow it seemed to work, and those two were allowed to live with his parents. But the only condition was that they both had to pay to stay with them, so the life of being cared for by someone else never actually came after the move-in. And this was when Luke realized that he was never going to get his company to take off. So he gave up on it and started looking for a job again. As for Rebecca, she started to work at a supermarket close to Luke's parents' house. I know that I said I'd never be around those two ever again and that they'd never be allowed around me, but I happened to stay good friends with Luke's mom for the past 3 years. So when anything happens regarding those two, I hear about it through her while we're getting coffee together.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hi, Brooke. Thank you for sending me this present for my wedding. But is this... well, is what's inside this box supposed to be for someone else? Huh? Why would you think it's for someone else besides you? That's the perfume I spent hours searching for that I knew matched your style perfectly. Man, it's so interesting to think that even though my brother won the men's beauty contest in college, he's chosen to get married to someone as ugly as you. I just don't get it. So that's why I went out and got you a perfume that is quite expensive. Because if it isn't for you trying on things like that perfume, you'd be ugly forever. So you're telling me this is to help me become a better looking and smelling woman? You want me to become a wife more fit for someone like Ben then, right? That's what I'm getting at. So that's why I'd like you to use that perfume every day, okay? I've made sure to spend days researching that perfume so that you'll be at least a little bit more like my brother. I'm really happy that you went out and got me something like this, but this kind of perfume is something that, well, I'm not sure how to say it. Well, with how nasty you look, I had to take desperate measures in order to make you at least decent. And having a perfume like that will at least make you smell better than those that don't look at you directly. And it might help your skin a little, who knows? Huh? I'm just saying that drastic measures have to be taken in order to fight your ugly side. That kind of perfume is for people that are just getting into using perfume, so it's meant to smell extra strong in order to hide the underlying appearance. But this is supposed to be a present to congratulate my marriage, right? I'm not trying to recommend how much someone should spend on a gift for me or anything like that, but you really meant to send me a gift that's just a $1 perfume from a little girl's store? Huh? What's up with that reaction? Are you trying to say you're not happy with what I got you? Unlike you, I'm a very good-looking woman, and I have to spend a ton on makeup and stuff like that. I'm at the point now where every month I'm spending around a couple grand on beauty products. You're telling me you use things like this every month? Well, I'm a good-looking woman, so I have to. When you're as good-looking as I am, you have a standard to uphold, which requires lots and lots of attention. And so, with my experience and all that stuff, I went out of my way to find you something that would really help your appearance. That present cost me $1, so please stop trying to talk to me like I wasted my money on you. I'm sorry about that, Brooke. I didn't realize that something like this took so much time out of your day and everything. Well, now that you know, your ugly butt can start spraying that crap on yourself to help you at least smell better. I think something like that really will work wonders on you. I put a lot of thought into that gift, so make sure you use it all up while thinking of me. Hey, Ben, it turns out that the present your sister sent me in the mail wasn't a mistake after all. She told me that it's meant for me to use from now on as to not cause you any embarrassment. And she kept making it very clear that this $1 perfume is perfect for someone with my looks.
You have to be kidding me. Brooke really said things like that to you about that gift?
Well, now that we know about this, what should we do? Half of $1 is only 50 cents. I know that we should both be giving something to her in return for this, but half $1 isn't much to work with. Maybe a couple pieces of gum or something would be enough?
No. We don't even have to bother giving her anything in return if she's going to be that petty. She doesn't deserve anything in return after that. And I'm sorry that my sister thought that giving you such a rude present was a good idea.
No worries, I'm not upset about it. I know that to her, she sees you as someone she can brag to everyone about and that you're the #1 most important person to her. So I think she's just trying to make sure that your wife will be as beautiful as she wants her to be. And compared to a beauty like her, I'm not really anything special to get people talking about.
What are you talking about? You're so beautiful, Sadie. I get that my sister is a bit of a standout when it comes to her beauty, but her personality is a bit trash. And when you add that in, she comes out to be nothing more than an ugly woman herself. I get that her looks score her 100, but when you take into account what she holds inside,
that equals it out to around -1.
You're being a bit harsh about her, aren't you? I understand that her personality is a bit much, but she does seem to know a lot about beauty products. She's told me that she's spending a couple grand on things like that every month for herself. That's insane. She's put a whole lot of effort into keeping herself looking top-notch, and so I can see why she's a bit rough to a plain Jane like me.
Huh? What are you talking about, Sadie? There's no way my sister is spending that kind of money on beauty products every month, right? She just happens to look naturally that pretty, and she doesn't even have a job to afford 2 grand's worth of products.
She's not even working right now? Last time I spoke to her in person, she told me she was working for your parents' company, correct?
And right after she said that to you, she was fired from that job. She has a real good complexion, and also my parents thought that they could use her to work for them. But that just doesn't seem to be the case. From what I've been told, all she did at work was go to the woman's bathroom and stare in the mirror the whole day. Not only that, but her personality was a huge problem for everyone there. She'd always try to pick fights with other women in the office over their looks, and it led to her being fired in the end.
Really? I never knew that.
I'm sure she's just trying to make herself look good in front of everyone. But she doesn't have any money, Sadie. And that's why she couldn't afford anything more than a cheap bottle of perfume for you.
She told me she was spending so much every month just on beauty products, though.
I'm really sorry that my little sister is such a piece of trash. So from now on, if she does anything else that upsets you, let me know, and I'll handle it. I can get her to bow down to me with a snap of my fingers.
Thank you, Ben. Well, for the time being, I'll use this perfume she's given to me as a way of showing her I'm happy to have it. Besides, a lot of people have been saying online that this brand is actually quite good. Hey, Sadie, are you really planning on giving a wedding now? I can't even begin to see someone like you getting into a wedding dress and walking on stage for something like that. Did something strange happen to make you say something like that? I mean, you already knew that I married your brother, so why would it make it wrong for me to have a wedding now for everyone to come see? And true, normally a couple would give a wedding after getting married, but that's not the case when it comes to ugly women like you. That's a huge problem, if anything. Unlike me, who could give a wedding any day of the week, you are so plain and disgusting that there's just no way it'll go over well for you. Huh? You actually think that with a face like that, you can get into a wedding dress and everything will look alright? Dressmakers are only making those dresses for people as beautiful as me to wear. But I've been wanting to have a wedding ever since I was a little girl in elementary school. Really? I plan to go out looking soon for some dresses that will match my looks and then have that dress prepared for my big day. If you have the time to, do you want to come along with me searching for the right dress? I'm sure that with you helping me out, we can find a dress that'll help me look even more attractive. No way in hell. Something like that could never be found by anyone because those kinds of dresses don't exist. So you need to have that wedding canceled. Canceled. Nobody wants to come to a wedding for some ugly chick who can't even look good in her dress, right? If anything, all you're going to do is make some terrible memories for everyone, including yourself. So stop all of this before it gets out of hand. But Ben has already told me that he's looking forward to seeing me in the dress I choose to show him. Jeez, what the hell has gotten into my brother lately that's making him think something as ridiculous as that? All of his past girlfriends were so good looking that they could even compete with me. Yet when he came to our house telling us he was going out with some ugly chick, I freaked out. And now you two are married? And he's even saying he wants to see you in a wedding dress? I bet you've been putting something in his food every day that's making him be this sickeningly in love with you. I'm not doing anything to him. Well, whatever. If you both are so badly blinded by the dream of having that wedding, then I'll have to step in to help you all cancel it. I'm glad I already had that first conversation with the reception hall about your wedding. What do you mean you're going to cancel our wedding? And what did you talk about with the reception hall already? I asked them to have your guys' wedding canceled. And so I'm happy to tell you that your wedding is now canceled. Nobody should have to be forced to come see some ugly loser in a wedding dress like you tried to do to them. What? You're just telling a joke now, right? You surely couldn't have called that place without talking to either me or your brother first and canceled our wedding, right? Oh, I did though. I just got off the phone with them a little bit ago. I told them that you no longer wanted to marry my brother and to have the wedding canceled, please. I made it clear to them that you didn't want to get married because you knew how ugly you'd look in front of everyone, and you didn't want to blind anyone. That's really messed up, Brooke. Why would you do something like that to your own brother and I? I did that because I already said you shouldn't be seen in a wedding dress. It would be totally acceptable had the wedding been for my handsome brother and a beautiful woman, but the fact that you look like the underside of a shoe after stepping in dog poop means that the wedding would be a real letdown for everyone there. And I already made sure to tell everyone you invited to the wedding that it's been canceled. I cannot let you get away with doing something like that. I get that you are a very good-looking young woman and everything, Brooke, and that compared to you, I'm just a plain girl and all. But you have no right using that as your reason to do something behind all our backs that's going to ruin my special day. I can't believe such an ugly loser is getting so upset over this. I'm laughing my butt off right now. If you have the time to sit here getting all upset with me, then go take a really good look at yourself in the mirror, please. You'll get to see just how little a wedding dress would look good on you. And as far as I can tell, all of those guests you invited are thrilled to hear that your wedding is canceled. You are so screwed. Huh? I have been at my limits for a while with you now, but now you've gotten even Ben all up in arms about this. He was looking forward to this wedding a whole lot more than even I was until he found out what you'd done. The fact that you canceled our wedding like that, all because I wouldn't look good in a wedding dress to you? Well, this spells the end for you, Brooke. Right now, your good-looking brother that you brag so much about is fuming at the ears over what he's learned you've done. So my brother is with you right now? Well, we've already gotten married and live together now. You should have already known that we'd start living together after handing in our marriage forms at the courthouse. Well, I'm going to hand the phone over to him now, okay? Huh?
You freaking idiot. You've really gone and done it to yourself now. This time, you've really done it by going out of your way to cancel our wedding. Something that has nothing to do with you. What the hell did you think you were doing when you called the reception hall acting as Sadie and canceled our special day? You ugly witch! How are you going to fix this for us now, huh?
Wait a minute, Ben. Why are you getting so upset with me over this, Ben? I canceled that wedding for you. You really wanted people to see your stupid and ugly wife in a wedding dress? If you allowed her to do that in front of everyone you know, she would have made you look like a fool and had everyone hating you. So that's why I believe you guys are better off not having a wedding instead.
Who the hell said my wife is ugly besides you? And who the hell said they don't want to see her in a wedding dress? I'll have you know that it doesn't matter the kind of woman that wears the wedding dress. The point of the dress is to make them all look beautiful and like a princess. And it's the dream of any man to see the woman they love in a wedding dress. Now my dream has been ruined by my own little piece of trash sister. Do you have any idea how much effort I put into this gosh darn wedding? Well, it's all because of you that the $60,000, all my savings, is now gone, and I'll never be able to get it back.
You spent $60,000 on that whole wedding?
Did you think it cost me less than that? This was my chance to show the woman that I love just how much I love her and want to spend the rest of my life with her. That's what us men do for women that mean that much to us. I want to let everyone see how happy the two of us are to be married to one another. Because of that, I put $60,000 into that wedding for not just the two of us, but for everyone to enjoy.
This is all a dream, right? You actually wanted to hand over $60,000 for a wedding to someone like her?
Yet now, after all you've done, that money has gone down the drain. We had already approved of everything, so canceling means that 100% of the cost is still paid to them. Since this is all your fault, I'm going to make sure you pay me every cent of that $60,000 back.
All of that? Wait. How the hell am I going to be able to pay you that kind of money? Why should I have to do that?
Because you're the one that just wasted all of my money. So not only will you be paying me that $60,000, but you'll also be paying me a settlement. Not only did you cause all my money and time to be lost, but you've also made it so I have to go apologize to everyone I plan to have at the wedding for wasting their time saving the date. And then, after all that's done with, I'm going to have a call back to the reception hall and set up a brand new wedding there, start this all over again. And you'll be paying for all of that too.
That's impossible, though. I don't have that kind of money. Just that wedding alone cost you $60,000, but now you want me to pay you a settlement and for your next wedding? There's no way.
You happen to have a very nice face that lots of men would love to have a moment with, right? You brag about it all the time yourself, so you can go out there and find some men that are willing to pay you a pretty penny for your time. It's all been made so easy for you by having such a beautiful face and body. Now go find yourself a nice dress, get out there, become a whore, or an escort for someone.
What is wrong with you, Ben? Why would my own brother be asking me to go out and become a whore?
Shut the hell up, you waste of freaking beauty. And when I say beauty, I only mean your looks, because your personality is rotten garbage. So the only thing a good-looking pile of trash like you can do now is be everyone's little pleasure toy.
Huh?
You happen to be hired into your own family's business, and even they fired you because of how horrible a person you are. And even after your own parents fired you, you still happen to live in the same house with them and haven't found any other work since. The only thing that's left for you to do now is freshen yourself up a bit, go out with some older man and make his night.
But me being unemployed has nothing to do with this.
Shut up. I bet the real reason you treat my wife like crap all the time is because you being unemployed still. She's almost the same age as you, but she happens to have been working for a very long time already and is set for a promotion to manager this month. You failed so badly at your own life that you've grown jealous of her success. But listen, just because you're a failure doesn't mean you have any right ruining other people's lives. And after what's happened today, I'll never be forgiving you.
What is going on here? Why are you this mad at me? All your cute little sister did was mess around a little with her sister-in-law.
I want you to get out there and start making that money for me any way you know how. Before I cut ties to you, I'll have you pay for every little screw-up you made today.
I can't do this anymore. It's all because of you two that I'm completely embarrassed with myself. Why the hell are you doing this to me?
Why are you so upset about this, Brooke? You should be happy that you were able to cancel our wedding. You were able to get away with faking my voice and having my wedding canceled, wasting all your brother's money.
Huh?
But listen, we talked to the reception hall and they're not going to make us pay for the cancellation. And they even said that they will be willing to put the wedding back on just as we planned, so thank goodness for that, right?
What the hell? That's not good at all. Right now my brother is blowing all of this way out of proportion. I was so afraid of what he'd do to me next that I started to call all my family and friends. I asked them all to help me gather the money I needed to pay him off, but they all told me that I needed to be responsible for that.
Oh, calm down. They only said all of that to scare you. Actually, they are all planning on handing some money to us to pay for your mistakes.
I know that, but now none of them are talking to me anymore, and that's all because of you and Ben.
Really? Everyone? Your parents, your family, your friends? Everyone's cut ties to you?
Yes! I called them all asking for money to help pay back my brother after what happened, and I explained to them all why I did what I did. But when they heard my reason for canceling your guys' wedding, they told me they'd give me some money, but in return for never talking to me again. And they said in the future, if I ever do try looking for them, they'd have the police called on me.
My, well, that must be so soul-crushing for you.
Because of all this stress, I've started to break out in a bad rash all over my face, and it's ruining me. When I woke up this morning, I looked in the mirror and my face was just covered in this rash. What the hell have you both done to my natural beauty?
Wait, you're having that bad of an outbreak now?
I have been using such good beauty products for so long, and I'm still able to break out like this? With this bad of a rash on my face, I can't be seen going anywhere. I'm a good-looking woman, but now I'll have to put on a face mask to hide all of this.
It's kind of frightening that you've broken out like that so badly in such a short amount of time. Are you sure all of those things that you've been using on your skin aren't just fakes?
Huh? Why the hell would all the brand products that I bought turn out to be fake? I've been putting thousands of dollars into all this product, so there's no way it could all be fake. I only use the best kinds of beauty products, and they all cost me a lot of money.
But it's been an ongoing theme online recently. Lots of brand items looking just like the real thing, but are in fact fake. Lots of online shops selling what seems like high-brand goods like makeup and whatnot, cheap. And most of that stuff ends up being fake, as well as pretty bad for your body.
Huh?
And just like your case, there have been tons of people buying really good products like you, thinking they're the real deal, but ending up with terrible breakouts due to it all being fake. It's really something that's had me worried, but you seem to have done all the hard work for me. Because you tested all of that high-end crap you bought online on yourself, you've only given me cheap things like that perfume you got for $1. And I'll continue to use this cheap product on myself since it seems I'm not fit for such high-end product like you are.
Wait.
This has been all over the news, so I think you're having the same situation happen to you. There have already been people with the same symptoms as you who end up having to go through 2 years of treatments to fix their badly damaged skin. They usually show a before and after picture of the patients, and man, is it amazing what modern healthcare can do to save someone's skin. I can definitely see why you think you'll have to start wearing a mask outside now with a face that badly rashed.
You have got to be lying. I can't afford to pay for 2 years' worth of treatments to my skin. For frick's sake. I should have known this fake product would screw me over one day. This is all due to that badly produced product, and now my skin looks sickening.
Huh? So you really have been using that fake product after all? But didn't you tell me you were spending thousands of dollars a month on that product? You even bragged to me about how beautiful it made your skin and everything. You were looking so beautiful that even I believed you when you said you only used high-quality goods, but really, you've been using cheap, fake garbage all along.
Excuse me? Why are you getting all happy over this?
But wait, didn't you tell me earlier that people with my looks should only be using the cheap stuff? Why have you been using the cheap product as well this whole time? Are you telling me that perhaps I'm the same level of beauty as you now by saying you bought only cheap beauty product? Maybe that's why you've been so happy to brag about the product to me. Because you finally found someone just as ugly as you to share that product with.
Shut the hell up! I really was buying all of it thinking that it was the real deal. I've been using that website's product for so long now, so why is it only damaging my skin now? This is all just a bad coincidence, right? Before all those products must have been the real deal, right? That must mean that even now the product I used has been real. And that it's just the stress causing this breakout.
What? So you've been using this same product for a very long time then, huh? That must mean that low-quality trash is perfect for your skin, and this time you used something that was real and it didn't match your skin.
Excuse me?
Well, it's fine for you to keep using the trash product. I mean, somebody's got to buy it or else it will all go to waste. You must be so happy to know that the cheap stuff works for you. And I think I'll continue to use this cheap perfume you got me since it hasn't bothered me so far. I actually looked into that perfume you got me and its parent brand is a lot higher end. So that's why it's been made so well and is healthy for me to use. You really did a great job looking for this perfume for me, and I think I'll start buying the parent brand since I know my body won't react to it. Thank you, Brooke.
You need to stop it with all of that horn tooting right now. You have no right being this happy over all this. You're the frickin' ugly loser, so you don't get to be happy about something that makes me miserable.
I'm not trying to be happy about something that's made you upset. I just wanted to let you know that you can keep saving money with that fake product. And that I will be able to buy some high brand stuff here really soon. Let's both you and I keep doing our best to take care of our beauty, okay? But before you can join me, make sure to get that rash or whatever treated. You are way too beautiful to keep that rash on your face, so get it treated soon, okay? We wouldn't want you making everyone around you having to look at that disgusting rash on your face. Good luck! After that, both Ben and I were able to give our wedding and it went over very well. But as for Brooke and her terribly rashed skin, it only continued to get worse and worse. She never did end up coming to the wedding because she kept crying about how everyone would laugh at her because of her skin. But everyone at the wedding had a different excuse for her not showing, and that was that she was too afraid to appear in front of all those that yelled at her, and that's why she ran. She tried to explain later to those that still talked to her that her skin really was having a horrible outbreak, but nobody would believe her. However, when she went to go see how much the treatments would cost her, it was way more money than she expected, and she couldn't even get anyone to support her this time. As of right now, she's working overnight at a factory in town trying to save up money for her treatments, and is doing so while wearing a mask to cover up her ugly mug.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.